So Arkansas fans, have we already determined who the starting quarterback would be for next year? And are we putting too much dip on this chip? Will he be able to handle the bright lights? Let's get into it a little bit. All right, so we all know the quarterbacks that we have here at Arkansas. We got Taylen Green, Jacoby Criswell, Malachi Singletary, and the KJ Jackson. Then we got the guy who just came back from baseball. I forgot his name, but he is from Arkansas, by the way. So as of right now, it's looking like Taylen Green is kind of won the starting job. Malachi is kind of looking like the backup, and then Jacoby is the third man, I'm believing. But we're gonna talk about Taylen Green for the most part. Has Taylen Green given us enough to determine whether he's going to be able to handle the SEC? Is he going to be able to live up to expectations at Arkansas? Is he going to be able to lead a Arkansas team on Saturdays? Is he going to be able to handle all those things and pressure that we are putting on him? Because I see a lot of people talking about how promising he is, how fast he is, or how good he throws the ball, or whatever the case may be. But my biggest concern is, does he have enough film to jump on board the Taylen Green train? Okay, because 2021 he didn't play at all. All right. Then 2022 he went 166 of 271, 61% completion rate. He threw for 2,000 yards, 7.5 yards average, 14 TDs, 6 interceptions, 52 long. Then you go to 2023. And I think he was splitting reps, by the way, 2023, 121 to 212, 57.1%, 1,752 passing yards, 8.3 yards of pass, 11 TDs, 9 interceptions, 75 long. What jumps out to me, first off, is the interceptions. Don't get me wrong, he got more touchdowns than interceptions, but the interceptions jump out to me already. Okay, so he's 57% in 23, 61% in 22. I mean, he's young. I'm gonna say that much. He's young, so we got time, I guess. But is that enough for me to jump on this train that Taylen Green is gonna make Arkansas just that much better? I got good things and I got bad things about it. Okay, the bad things is the interceptions. The man almost threw as many interceptions as he did touchdowns last year. And the year before that, he threw 6 interceptions. Which 6 interceptions are not bad. I mean, some of the top guys, from last year, threw around the 4 to 6 range on interceptions. Okay, threw the ball 20 to 12 times, 121 completed, 57% last year. I would love to see the number go up. Absolutely would love to see the number go up. I feel like you need to be a lot better in the SEC than having a 57%. That's a F. Don't think that's going to cut it. KJ was at least 60% his whole time here at Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he was ever under 60%. So, we need to have above 60, 2022. I mean, like I said, he's young. He's a sophomore. So he's young. He still has growing pains. But, with this going to be supposed to be improved offensive line, maybe he can have the time in the pocket. And I know he uses his legs a lot also. Can't forget about that. He uses his legs a lot. So that's going to be big to help us win a lot of games. So in 21, he carried the ball 5 times for 2 yards. 17 was his longest. In 22, he carried the ball 81 times for 586 yards. 7.2 yards a carry. 91 was the longest. And 23 carried the ball 78 times for 436 yards. 5.6 yards a carry. 9 TDs for 70 yards. So, obviously, he's a threat running the ball. That's going to be real big for Arkansas. I like that because it's kind of good to have a dual threat quarterback. But I want somebody who can sling the ball, who can stay in the pocket, deliver nice passes, precise passes, get it to our playmakers, and make plays. That's what I'm looking for this year. I don't want nobody who's just a dominant runner or whatever the case may be. I don't want that. I don't want no big bruiser at quarterback. I want somebody who can change Arkansas style play. We haven't had a pocket passer since Ryan Mallett, the Allens. Haven't really had that. Ty Story was trying to be it, but Ty Story just didn't pan out in that offense. But we had the Austin Allens, the Brandon Allens, the Ryan Mallett. Those guys was pocket passers in my opinion. And I feel like Taylen Green is going to give us much. Taylen Green is going to give us more of a. Everybody comparing him to Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton type deal, but I kind of see a lot of Kaepernick in him. I don't know why, but I see a lot of Kaepernick in Taylen Green. I feel like he's just a lot taller, and he's just 2 more inches taller than Kaepernick. Kaepernick is 6'4", he's 6'6". But I see a Colin Kaepernick play style out of Taylen Green. But the positives in it, he is a 6'6" quarterback. He is a mobile quarterback. He has a live arm. He has a really live arm. I mean, a really live arm. From what I've seen on film and in practices, he can make every throw. And I also love how everybody is rallying around Taylen Green. I love it. Absolutely love it. Everybody has high praises on him. Everybody speaks highly of him. Everybody loves Taylen Green. So I like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much of the same thing with KJ last year. But they really are rocking with Taylen Green. So right now it's we're going to go check the spring game out in April. I should be able to see a lot in April and be able to determine by then my opinion on how I feel about it, on how I feel about the Taylen Green show, on how I feel about him, taking over this program and trying to lead us into the right direction. So by April, I'll be letting you guys know if I'm on a train or not. I'm happy to have him here. You know what I'm saying? It's the stats don't just jump out to me. But I feel like he can be a ball player. Absolutely, I feel like he can be a good ball player. But I'm just not gonna put too much hope into him yet. He hasn't played it down in the SEC yet, and that matters. You need to play ball in the SEC to get a hold of the SEC. Don't get me wrong, Jalen Daniels, for example, but he did get to have 2 years on his belt. Or was it more? But Jalen, he had to get used to it. But he turned out to be pretty darn good. Won the Heisman, so it's possible. Could Arkansas have possibly a Heisman winner in the making? I don't know. But we definitely are going to be checking it out. So stay tuned. I'm liking where this season is. I'm liking how it's looking. And we're going to talk more about them Razorbacks, man. But I think we're going to touch on a lot more teams in the SEC. But just stay tuned, man. And as always, when we talk about them Hogs, woo, pig, suey.